this short presentation would be about insights. And of course, the main question is, what is an insight? Because everybody speaks about insights and everybody uses this term of insights, but apparently there's quite a lot of confusion and misunderstandings. And we will try to, hopefully, to clarify a little bit this confusion. So what do we really mean by an insight? And what is the role of insights in creating great, inspiring, creative briefs and creative work as a result? So let's start with what insight is not. Insight is not just a single revelation. It's not just a single piece of information. It is more than that. And in our understanding, insight is a chain of revelations. One revelation which stimulates or provoke another revelation, which provoke another revelation. And in order not to make it theoretical, let's begin by seeing a wonderful TV spot. And while seeing this spot, try to think what was the chain of insights behind that campaign.
So you guys grew up together?
Yeah, since 3rd grade. What are you looking at?
I'm not looking at it.
We're not good enough for you. You looking for something else?
No, I don't know.
What are you, big supermodels? Oh, Jesus! Supermodels! What do you model, gloves? What are you doing? A girl's totally into me.
Brad, eat a Snickers.
Why?
Because you get a little angry when you're hungry. Better?
Better. So, ladies.
So, losers.
Stacy, relax.
Sorry. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Think what was the chain of revelations which led the Snickers team to come up with this amazing new strategy, amazing new brand idea. And through this, let's talk a little bit about what is the chain of revelations. So for us, we call this chain of revelation OUA, which has 3 stages: O, and U for ooh, and A for ah. Okay, so it's quite graphic. The first part is an observation about a truth, about how things are, and this these truths can come from data, can come from research, can come from statistics, but not only. And I would even dare to say, according to our analysis and understanding, that behind the most creative and effective campaigns, the insight, the observation came not through research, but from a human, simple observation about how people behave, what they think, what they feel, etc. So the first stage is an observation. That stands for the O, but this observation doesn't stand alone. It provokes, usually instantaneously, it provokes a new understanding for us. So we, as the observer, as the person who read or see or reveal this observation, something is transformed in our own understanding. This observation allows us to understand something differently, to have a new meaning or a new understanding within the brand context. And the understanding can be something about why people behave or feel or react the way they do, or the revelation can be about the new context within the brand can play and interact with consumers, or it can be the role that the brand can take in relation to consumers. So we have this understanding, and this understanding is very important because when you think about digging insights, and we all try to reveal and find insights, we actually, in the process, we don't know what we are looking for. It's unlike the metaphor that I like to use is when you go to the forest to look for mushrooms, you know how a mushroom looks. So when you see it, you know, that's a mushroom. But in the world of digging or revealing insights on any piece of information or data, it is not written, hey, I'm the insight that you're looking for. So how do we know that any observation is the one that we are looking for? And a hint which can serve us is this piece of information, is this piece of observation, this truth that we now in contact with, does it allow us to understand things differently? Do we see things in a new light, in a new context? Do we have a new meaning about reality as a result of that observation? So this, when we have this, I never thought of this like this, then it affects us, and then we can sense, hey, there is something insightful in that observation. And this new understanding leads us to the third step of the chain of revelation, which is its articulation, we call it, and it allows us to articulate a new perspective about the brand, meaning a new standpoint or a new idea that the brand can stand for or can play in relations to people. So these three stages, let's see how they were manifested in the Snickers case. And the first is the observation. The observation could be something like, hey, have you noticed that when you get really hungry, you become restless and angry? And actually, it's a very human and simple observation. And when we think of it, you say, yes, I'm like this. When I'm hungry, I start to become restless and angry. And we actually don't need research, or we don't need data to validate this observation, this beginning of an insight, because most of us behave like this. But what was interesting in the Snickers case, that although they advertised for years, they advertised Snickers as hunger satisfier, they never came to this observation and saw the value of it. So in this case, this observation allowed them to have a new understanding of the meaning in the context of Snickers. Hey, hunger has, and therefore Snickers has, a psychological and emotional consequence. So actually, the understanding was that Snickers can operate on the psychological, on the emotional, on the behavioral level, and not only on the mechanical side of Snickers as a hunger satisfier. It's more, Snickers can play now the role of a pill against stress or against anger or against restlessness. And this led them to the new articulation of a new perspective, that by helping us or you overcome hunger, Snickers helps you to stay you. You're not you when you're hungry. And the result of this new insight and new strategy was amazing creativity and many different TVCs, and you've seen probably many of them, and which led to an increase in sales in a very saturated market in many countries of between 10 to 20%. So really strong marketing results. Let's go to another case. Puma initially, prior to that campaign, was launched a new concept in Europe, football equal love. And that year, was done 4 years ago, they realized, hey, Valentine's Day, which is the love day, falls on a Sunday, the match day. And this led them to the first observation that men in Europe are going to have a dilemma, what to do on the Valentine's Day. Fans, football fans, would they go to watch their favorite football team, or would they stay at home with their girlfriend? And this observation led them to a lot of new potential understandings and they realized that we, Puma, the brand who stands for Football Equal Love, we have to say something for our fans, and actually we can support the love of football. Also means making sure it is not harmed by losing the love of your girlfriend, meaning Puma can take a position in the dilemma that football fans will have, and solving that dilemma, and this led them to this new understanding, or to the new articulation, which is the brand which stands for Football Equal Love also stands by you on your side in other loves as well. So they came up, this new articulation of a new brand perspective led them to the development of the Puma Hardcores. And the Puma Hardcores was actually a solution, an online help kit that Puma distributed virally to all football fans in Europe 2 weeks before Valentine's Day. And actually it was an e-card, but I would reckon it was the most creative ever e-card. The e-card was made a viral TV spot, and they took a bunch of English hooligans and they let them sing a wonderful love song that you'll hear right away. And at the end of this love song, football fans could dedicate this love song and send it to their girlfriend with an excuse: yes, I will go on Valentine's Day to watch my favorite team, but it doesn't mean I doesn't love you. It just means I love football.
I'll be your dream, I'll be your wish, I'll be your fantasy. I'll be your hope, I'll be your love, be everything that you need. I love you more with every breath, truly, madly, deeply do. I will be strong, I will be faithful, cause I'm counting on a new beginning, a reason for living, a deeper meaning, yeah. I wanna stand with you on a mountain, I wanna bathe with you in the sea, I wanna lay like this forever, until the sky falls down on me. And when the stars are shining brightly in the velvet sky, I'll make a wish, send it to heaven, then make you want to cry. The tears of joy for all the pleasure and the certainty that we're surrounded by the comfort and protection of the highest power. In lonely hours, the tears devour you. I wanna stand with you on a mountain, I wanna bathe with you in the sea, I wanna lay like this forever, until the sky falls down on me, falls down on me.
So this amazing viral e-card was spread like wildfire, and millions of football fans across Europe signed it, dedicated it, and sent it to their loved one. And as a result, online sales of Puma grew by 500% after that, during and after that amazing campaign. And now I just want to share with you very briefly a Mindscape insight tool which helps us to uncover such insights, and we call it Search for Conflict. And actually the understanding is that when people face some conflict, either internally within themselves or with other people externally, they have psychological disease, discomfort. They feel restless and they are looking for a new solution. And therefore, if we're able to identify conflicts which people have, it may lead us to a creation of a new brand perspective, which can be more relevant and more meaningful and connecting with people, because we touch people, we may touch people where it hurts them and where they look for a solution. So conflicts suggest to us, when we look for insights, don't just look for any kind of information, but ask yourself, in relation to the brand idea, what kind of conflicts people have. If we will look at the next slide, we try to map it, and the conflicts can be within the realm of people beliefs, views, values, between one value and another value, between wants and desires and emotions and needs and all kind of human behavior. So we try to look of different kind of personal conflicts or conflicts which one person may have with another person. For example, in the case of the Puma campaign, they identify two kinds of conflicts. Actually, one is an internal. A person, a football fan, will have a conflict between himself. He wants to go to the match. He wants to be with his loved football team and loved hooligans or friends. But on the other hand, he is committed. He wants to be committed to his girlfriend or his wife. So there is an internal conflict which will probably result in an external conflict, because the girl will not sit at home quiet without saying anything. So the solution was based on understanding this conflict, was to give fans a tool to kind of make peace with the girlfriend while they will still go to the match. So look for conflicts, try to reveal and ask yourself where is the internal conflict, and it will lead you to a ground which can be full of very interesting and tasty mushrooms, using our previous metaphor. So just to wrap it all, what is the role of an insight in creating great, creative and impactful briefs and campaign? The first thing, the first aspect is that a powerful insight can be the basis of a new communication strategy, of a new proposition, of a new brand idea. It can really help us to create a new brand proposition, a new brand idea, meaning it will alter our previous brand strategy and brand proposition. It will allow us to say something completely new. Another way, which is what we really hope most of the time, but sometimes a powerful insight would help us to strengthen an existing strategy, existing proposition, or a new brand idea. It will enrich, it will give more meaning, it will give a new angle, it can give a new context or a new point of view for the brand within an existing strategy, which is also very, very important. And looking from the point of view of audience, the people with whom we interact, our campaigns interact with, a strong insight makes the whole creative work more relevant, trusted, and believable to consumers. And why? Because when you tap on an insight, which is something that people feel or behave or have this dilemma or have this conflict or any other kind of insight, they feel, they understand me. I feel the same. I see myself in the communication because I have the same dilemma, I have the same problem, I have the same point of view. So insights are crucial to make the creative work relevant, trusted, and believable to consumers. And the last aspect is that we have to remember that when we write a brief, we don't write it from one computer to another. We actually talk to creative people, and they should create something. And the more the insight is truthful, it is inspiring, in the same way it will inspire creatives to write more, to create more creative and unusual and surprising solutions Again, because it touched their heart. It's not just a piece of information. We don't just speak about data, about statistics, but there is real people there. There are real hearts. People feel something, and we, as creators, we want to be inspired by the kind of briefs that we write. So a true insight, a powerful insight, will inspire creative to do something that you will be very proud of, and the Cannes Lions judges would award you later on, as Graham wanted to indicate in the very beginning. So thank you, that's it. And if we have time, I'll be happy to try to answer some questions.